In this segment, we'll familiarize you with the operation and maintenance of your new 32-inch Poly-Pro Spiker spreader. Read the owner's manual before attempting to assemble or operate the Spiker spreader. Read the towing vehicle's owner's manual and know how to operate the tractor before using the Spiker spreader attachment. Do not allow anyone to ride on or sit on the Spiker spreader. Never allow children to operate the tractor or Spiker spreader attachment. Do not allow adults to operate the tractor or Spiker spreader without proper instruction. Read the chemical label for instructions and cautions for handling and applying chemicals. Wear eye and hand protection when handling and using lawn chemicals. Always begin with the transmission in first gear, the lowest, and gradually increase speed as conditions permit. The maximum towing speed is 10 miles per hour. Do not drive too close to a creek or ditch, and be alert for holes and other hazards which could cause you to lose control of the tractor and Spiker spreader. Before operating the vehicle on any grade or hill, refer to the safety rules in the vehicle's owner's manual concerning safe operation on slopes. Stay off steep slopes. Follow the maintenance and lubrication instructions as outlined in the manual. Refer to the instruction label on the material's packaging and the instruction decal on your spreader to determine the proper spreader setting and application rate. Refer to the setting chart for a general range of settings for commonly used materials. Determine the approximate square footage of the area to be covered and estimate the amount of fertilizer or seed required. Move the spreader to an area where application is to begin. Loosen the plastic wing nut and move it to the desired setting. Then retighten the nut. Make sure the flow control lever is in the off position, fill the hopper, and break up any lumps. Then lower the aerator spikes to the operating position. Now, start the spreader in motion and then move the flow control lever to the on position against the plastic wing nut as you travel across the lawn. The recommended towing speed is 3 miles per hour. Do not make sharp turns with the spikes in the ground. Raise the aerator spikes to transport position when crossing over concrete or other hard surfaces. Do not aerate if the ground is extremely hard or dry. If the ground is too dry, sprinkle or water for 1 to 2 hours prior to use. Do not aerate if the ground is too wet or muddy. Always place the flow control lever in the off position to prevent excess fertilizer from releasing when filling the spreader and when stopping or turning. To help prevent granular material from compacting and clogging the hopper, avoid unnecessary towing when the hopper flow plates are closed. Reduce the flow setting for speeds slower than 3 miles per hour and increase the setting for higher speeds. To avoid misses or striping, overlap the previous wheel tracks by approximately 5 to 6 inches. For easiest application, first apply material across both ends of the area. 2 or 3 passes on each end are sufficient. Then apply material back and forth as shown. Use the end areas for turning around, shutting off the spreader as you enter the areas and turning the spreader on again as you leave your end areas for your next pass. If your lawn is oddly shaped, spread a border around the edges and then spread between the border. Be careful when spreading around ornamental plants because weed control chemicals can damage these plants.